the Isuzu MUX. It was the Chev Trailblazer before, but the new badge, the new grille, the new front, nice and aggressive. Daytime running lights that run across the top of the headlights over here. Really, on the 4x4 version, nice big mag wheels with your big tires. Of course, you've got 18 inches on here, and you can see they look the part. You come around to nice strong running boards as well on the sides of the vehicle. Overall, you can see this is, and it's meant to be, a large 7-seater family SUV, and it certainly plays the part well. You come around, of course, to the tailgate, lifts up, and you can see you've got a pretty large boot over here in 5-seater mode. Very useful feature over here is a little secure area for hiding things away. I think it's quite a neat idea, and certainly nice and safe and secure. And you do have, of course, if I got this out of the way, the pull-up extra 2 seats in the back, but we'll come to that in a few moments as well. Nice and big, strong, powerful, overall and all around, a very smart, neat looking vehicle. It's got that 3-litre 4-cylinder diesel engine that puts out 130 kilowatts and 380 newton meters of torque, so plenty of grunt from it as well. Let's check it out inside. The D-Max is an interesting vehicle. It's based on the old Chevy Trailblazer, but just a lot better, I have to say, in my book. I've tested the Trailblazer. You'll find videos on the Motor Matters YouTube channel of the Trailblazer. But besides the engine growing by 200cc to a 3-litre 4-cylinder diesel, the other points that you do get from it are that this is based on the new platform that the D-Max bakkie is based on as well. And I don't know what they've done, not on a technical level, but I can tell you they really have improved this platform, the chassis, and that rear end that is really smooth and comfortable in the bakkies is even better in the 7-seater version. It makes a very, very big difference. This is really a comfortable family vehicle, family cruiser that can seat up to 7, tons of space, tons of road presence. And of course, you do even have your 4-wheel drive. There is a 2-wheel drive version available as well, but we're in the all-wheel drive version, which of course gives you the rotary knob down just in front of the gear lever, where you can turn from 2 high that we've been in, 4 high, and of course you've even got 4-wheel drive, low range. So you have them all available to you, and that is, as far as I'm concerned, what really counts. You go up over here, you get your 6-speed automatic gear shift. It's, I suppose, a little bit old school in some ways, but you know what, it works really well. So what more can you ask for? It's pleasant, it's useful, and it goes nicely with the vehicle overall. You come up over here, you get the interesting circular ventilation aircon system. Climate control, as you can see, we've set it at 18 degrees, and then you move up to the touchscreen facility, which does have navigation as well as, of course, all your other functions that you require from your touchscreen. You can see now I've moved it onto radio, and it works pretty well. Interestingly, you've got a row of buttons below over here as well, and I find it actually easier in many cases to simply press on a button like that to bring it back to navigation instead of having to prod on the screen every time. Personally find it very nice, very much easier to use that way. Important feature to me as well. Tons and tons of space in the vehicle, of course, and that's again something when you buy a bigger vehicle like this. It's a large vehicle, yes, but it's nice, light, easy to drive, pleasant to drive, as I've mentioned, the smooth ride, and barring perhaps parking, especially in shopping centers where the parking bays seem to get smaller by the day, I find it an absolute ease to drive and very, very pleasant and comfortable on the road. All the controls are nice and easy and there for you. Of course, you've got your safety, you've got your airbags, you've got ABS, you've got all of that available to you as well. So you really have no issues over there too. And just overall, it's a nice, pleasant drive if you're shopping for a large family vehicle. That's the most important point on it. Of course, fuel consumption is always of utmost importance on every test, and you can see we've done 432 kilometers so far on this test, and We are sitting on an average of 9.8 litres per 100. Now that's town driving, open road. We took a nice country trip, so it's really a good reflection of all kinds of driving. You can see average speed 45 kilometers an hour, just out of interest. And what's also important is there's still 380 kilometers left in this tank, so you're looking at about an 800 kilometer range out of that 75 litre tank, which I think is pretty good in itself. Of course, you can see that the middle row of seats has got tons of space. It's legroom aplenty, nice and spacious, really adequate, nice leather trim. But what I do like about the MUX is, check this out. You flip a lever, tumbles, and then flips forward to really get out of your way, as you can see. And that makes access to the rearmost extra 2 seats a lot easier, even for someone like me. And here I go, and I can climb reasonably comfortably into these rearmost seats and be pretty comfortable. Okay, maybe not with my hat on, but with my hat off, there's enough room for me in the back. And, well, I wouldn't like to do a long journey in the back over here, but for kids or for adults for a short journey, I would say it's pretty adequate. Priced from 568,000 Rand for the 2-wheel drive version, or 629,100 for this version as we're in right now. Of course, it is very much a contender in this segment, which has lots and lots of competition. You have the Toyota Fortuner, of course. You have the Ford Everest. You have the Mitsubishi Pajero Sport. And if you're prepared to go up in price, but for a similar kind of vehicle, you get the Land Rover Discovery as well. It's a hard-fought category. Don't even forget the new Haval H9 comes in there as well. They're all offering similar, shall I say it, 7-seater options, 4-wheel drive, SUV on a bakkie platform, etc. They all offer very similar. So, quite honestly, I'd hate to tell you which one you need to buy. My best possible advice to you, go and test them all. One of them will feel right for you. This one is certainly a contender in the category, and I think the improvements from the previous version to the new MUX version make it a very worthy contender. For Motor Matters, I'm Eleanor, and I'll see you next time.